Alrighty. I apologize, everybody, for starting so late. I was planning to start at least an hour ago, but yet again, I have been stuck in the cycle of trying to fix my audio because I thought I had reached good levels and balance and mixing. And yet again, I was proven wrong because upon listening back to the last stream, everything sounded so quiet and I didn't understand why in comparison to other like videos and stuff I was using as a baseline to understand like what target audio levels I should have. And apparently at some point I had turned down the volume in my web browser, which threw everything off. And so now we're gonna try again. Hopefully it sounds just a little bit louder than it was last time on my mic end. The game should be probably around probably a little bit louder than it was before. On phones and stuff, it's pretty audible still, but phones I think have a higher max volume than, at least in my experience, my desktop does for whatever reason. I don't know. So we're trying it out, making it hard on myself in the future whenever I edit these videos and have to change the audio balance for every single one. So right now I'm in a kind of hate everything, technology sucks kind of mood, but we're gonna try to move past that and go back into Slay the Princess. So last time we found out some interesting things about our princess. She is, you know, as I was expecting, not what she seems. I'm holding my little octopus here, by the way. She has very sharp teeth, and it seems based on the routes we have so far, she has different attitudes towards you. Yeah, that's me every day of my life. But if we don't take the knife, the dagger, with us when we go downstairs, she seems a lot more pleasant and acts very frail and weak. If we take it with us, she has an attitude like, oh, what are you about? Are you coming here to kill me? We have tried so far killing her, and the narrator granted us eternal bliss by just being stuck in the cabin for eternity with, like, he called that happiness. The world outside seemingly ended. There was nothing out there, and we were just stuck in the cabin forever. And we tried killing ourselves, and that just caused us to have a loop back to seemingly the start of the path, and we could go and kill the princess again. We tried not to. We tried to run away, and we encountered a strange entity, and a void took over the world. A strange entity made of hands popped up and said that our vessel was too full for it and that it needed another. And it has forcefully put us on this path of creating a vessel for it by, I guess, manipulating the princess in different ways. In a sense, we follow paths to give it new perspectives on the world by giving it different versions of the princess when she just kind of like cracks and goes crazy one way or another. And the entity then takes hold of it and gains a new perspective. Once we gain so many, it will be able to go out into the world and be free and feel things instead of just being this empty slate in the void. Is that a good thing? Who knows? But we are forced to, no matter what. Seemingly, our character, there's an option of dialogue which we haven't done, which is if we complete this being, we will then kill them. Maybe we have to take all these versions of the princess and fuse them into one and then slay it in order to actually kill her for good and stop this cycle of... We're not being rewound in time necessarily from what we can tell. It's like we're splitting into another timeline or another parallel version of the world, because the voices in our head know that we have been through this multiple times, except for the narrator. The narrator doesn't know. And the narrator seems to be maybe a voice in our head. It's a little unclear Because the other characters cannot, or the princess cannot hear the narrator. But something interesting is when we emptied the voices in our head, the narrator didn't go away. We emptied out all the other personalities. He was still talking, and then we just said, oh, and him too. So is he one of the voices? Or is he a third party? Like, is he actually just a narrator in this story? The narrator has his own agenda. He wants us to slay the princess. If we try not to, he works against us and is very begrudging about accepting us not killing the princess, because if we don't kill her, the world is supposedly going to end. So. Yep. We are also a bird person, and last time we checked, when we gave the entity another vessel, we had grown bigger. It looked like we had grown more gluttonous, like a lot fatter in some sense. It's hard to tell because it's a dark figure in a mirror, but our hand was definitely like a bit bigger and kind of slimy, sweaty. So it's like by doing this, we are then turning into a monster ourselves. It's strange. All right, so this isn't exactly the very start of any attempt, route, whatever you want to call it. I was just testing audio, and I thought by loading a save, I thought it wouldn't like save over what I had done, but it seemingly did. Like if I go to load here and I go to 2, it seemingly saved over my save that I made. I don't know why, but I haven't progressed. I've just asked him some of the random questions over here on the side, so we haven't like committed to anything yet. Now the question is what we're gonna do now, because every time we give the entity one of the princesses, like one of the versions of her, it locks us out of that route, because we have already seen, or we have already acquired a princess, a perspective, and it doesn't need it anymore. So seemingly there's going to be multiple ends based on which princesses we give the entity. So I do know that there are multiple endings. And we had already given her a version of the super kind princess who cares more about what we want than what she just wants to make us happy. When we ask her what she wants for herself, she just kind of broke down and couldn't really answer and imploded. But if we ignored that, we could have gone further on the route, and we didn't. Because I thought that we needed to get every single princess that we could find, but we'll see if it lets us do that route anymore, or if we have to go down some other creepy, or I guess different kinds of creepy ones. All the princesses are kind of creepy. And the big question is, are we going to end this and like are we trying to discover, is the princess a monster that we need to slay? Or are we the true monster? Is it both? Or a theory I have going on in my mind right now, which is maybe the princess and us are actually the same person, maybe. And when we have this entity finished, we'll fuse with it, and then it turns out we were the princess all along. Who knows? Like maybe it's like a mental separation kind of thing. Like this is all just going on in our head, and the princess is representative of one part of ourselves. The weird hands in the void are another, because they say that they are part of the princess. Maybe we're part of that too. It's hard to say, because that entity didn't recognize us. It said that was the only other person it had met. So who knows? Maybe we're just like a destructive internal force. It's all a metaphor. Who knows? We'll find out. I'm sure there's going to be some kind of crazy twist. Which I feel like when it comes to crazy twists, you know that there's going to be one in a story like this. Or maybe the twist is that there isn't one. But I feel like part of the problem is trying to guess the twist, because then you end up kind of ruining it for yourself, in my opinion. When you think you know the twist and you're waiting for it to happen, and if you guess right, you're like, oh, I guessed it. So maybe I shouldn't theorize too much. Anyway. Alright. We're all good to go. Alright, we are going to go toward the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them.
I wonder where the voice of the hero is coming from, because we always start with him. The other voices do not appear until we die and have to start over. Which almost makes me think that maybe there's like a secret start before this. Like maybe we had already died and then we spawned back in, and that's why we have the voice of a hero, or of the hero.
Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Mysterious.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
So what if we don't take the blade? Can we still go on the kind princess route?
The door
one
to
of
the
them?
basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
You just realized who the voice actor is, now you're invested? Oh, who's the voice actor?
Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Lead of an audio drama called The Magnus Archives, Modern Horror. Well, it says a horror game, so that fits. It's also a love story, which is part of the whole reason I have the theory that maybe we're the same person, and this is like a secret message about like self-love or something like that. Because the game says when you start it up, you know, this is a horror game, there's gonna be like, you know, imagery that might make you uncomfortable, blah, blah. But, you know, this is a love story. Or maybe it's just a story about, like, obsession or something like that. Who knows? Like a creepy kind of love. How you doing, Peter Fig? Oh, that's cute. It reminds me of an Elebit a little bit. Cute. I feel like I've seen that character before. I don't know where that character's from. I've seen that character before somewhere. Not an Elebit. It's from something else. Love this game. How many times have we died? We have currently done, out of the princesses, we did the one that was a little edgy. The one made of swords. I forget what they were called. We did that one, and we have done the kind princess who only cares about what you want, and then we kind of made her implode. I kind of wish I didn't, because like I saw that that route was probably going to make her implode, and then I loaded my save back to keep going. But now I fear that I've locked myself out of like the rest of that for now. You know, for I guess like until we get the ending. I'm not sure, but we'll find out. It's all part of the surprise. So we probably, especially on the edgy route, we have died a lot, so. But yeah, in terms of like full routes and stuff, we've only done 3. We did the one where we killed the princess and then we looped back around and then tried to leave. Edgy princess, and we didn't kill her, made her implode. So that's what we've done so far. Hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Please, come downstairs.
This time we didn't tell her we were supposed to kill her, so let's see if that changes anything.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
The question is, can we go back on the route where she like bites her arm off and all that?
You're making a huge mistake.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
So we're saying we're gonna go upstairs and look for the knife to
You attempt
potentially
to
help
make your
her.
way out of the basement.
We're locked in. I'm pretty sure we're just locked, so
You try the door. You're here.
yeah, nothing new.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs.
Okay, yeah. So we're gonna try to save her again.
Fine. You cut into her flesh.
We help chop her arm off. She's out of her chains.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are as the princess approaches.
Yeah, so I think we can go fully on the other route, which is what we're gonna do.
Stop that.
So we're gonna go back to where we left off. With the narrator. Oh, we cannot. They won't let us anymore. Okay. Never mind. Normally we would resist, and then the princess would kill us. And then we go back again, and then we're able to successfully get away from the narrator's objective. But in this case, we can no longer resist completely. We have to try to slay her. Gotcha. Yeah, we did get the good ending, too. I can't forget that. Technically, 2 of the endings we've got, they've said are good endings.
Thank you.
There's no getting through to you right now, is there?
Well, she's angry now.
A betrayal of will is still a betrayal. You'll regret thinking of me as a helpless damsel.
Uh-oh.
She pounces on you with the same animal ferocity she used to tear through her arm. But you have a weapon. You raise the blade, digging it under her ribs, aiming directly for the heart. It's not enough to stop her. You feel her claws in your throat, then her teeth, somehow sharp enough to pull apart your flesh and sinew with ease.
Ooh.
You collapse to the floor, your body unresponsive as your blood pools on the ground beneath you. She stares down at your ravaged form, eyes shining in the darkness, dress stained in red as her blood and yours both seep into the fabric. If we're lucky, the wound you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, it will kill her before she can reach the outside world.
It can't just end like this, right?
As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. I'm sorry, but it's over. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The witch. Uh-oh.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Okay, so we're saying that we definitely killed her. She's gonna kill me again.
Again? People don't die twice. You haven't even met the princess, and I hardly think she'd be capable of killing someone as skilled and courageous as yourself.
Oh, narrator. She's killed us many times. He overestimates our ability.
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
Brilliant. We need to keep our cards close to our chest, and I'm not sure we can trust him.
Opportunist.
You know I can hear you, right? It's going to be a lot harder than you think to keep secrets from me. Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slip of the tongue, bit of the old brain fog. I meant to say that we should probably head over to the cabin and slay that princess. We already know we can't trust her, so let's get on with the show.
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
So I don't think I said hi, but hi, Eddie. How you doing?
Don't worry. You can trust us to get the job done. The interior of the cabin is a mess of twisted roots. The walls a chaotic weave of knotted wood that, almost as if by accident, just happens to resemble a room. The floor is damp and earthy, and the only furniture of note is a slab of mud in the shape of a shelf, with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
We're gonna look at the mirror again.
You walk up to the wall next. What are you talking about? This is.
You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now.
We're gonna enter the blasement, the blasement without the blade. Yep. The bladement.
No blade. Hope you know what you're getting us into. It'll always be here if we need it. Sure, that was also true last time and we still died, but we definitely know what we're doing this time. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase dug into the muddy earth below. The ceiling is thick with roots that hang like locks of tangled hair. The weak starlight from the cabin windows behind you can barely penetrate the gloom here, only illuminating the edges of an opening below. It shines in the darkness like some kind of massive maw waiting to swallow you up into the earth. The air smells of dirt and copper. It's thick and wet, as if your lungs are being coated in mud with each intake of breath. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
Judgmental.
Her voice skitters up from below.
Something nasty finds itself on my stairs. Come on down. Don't be scared. I probably won't bite.
Oh. Hello.
I recognize that voice as easily as I recognized your nervous little footsteps coming up the path. I know who you are, and I remember what you've done.
She detected us on the path as well.
She must have you confused with someone else.
Definitely hag vibes. I know that they called her a witch, but more hag vibes to me.
She seems friendly enough. Maybe we can talk our way out of this whole situation. You can't. Unless you slay her right away, she's going to break free and end the world. There's no reasoning with what she is. Look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes a discussion. Don't we want to hear what everyone has to say before making any big decisions? Do you want to hear what everyone has to say? Or do you just want to hear yourself talk? You need to stop lingering. Your task is to slay the princess, not endlessly debate about what to do with the princess. Fine, fine. You're the boss. Thank you. You descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below.
She's turning into more of a beast.
You can just make out the shape of the princess in the gloom. She's huddled against the far wall, her eyes bright and glaring from amid the thick roots.
And there you are, once again seeming to offer a helping hand while likely hiding the other behind your back. Fine, I'll play along for now. What do you want?
You made a comment back in the woods about having been here before. Now she's acting like the two of you already know each other. Oh no. You've already been here, haven't you?
Tricksy narrator.
That's pretty sharp. How'd you figure that one out? Call it deductive reasoning. Well, you seem to be great at it. So, you really don't remember us, do you? No, I don't. But you and the princess clearly have a shared reality, even if I'm not a part of it. I won't waste time fighting you on something that's clearly true. I'm just glad we could put all this behind us.
I like to imagine that the princess asks us a question and we just stand there saying nothing as they're all talking very slowly. Perhaps to the princess this is all happening extremely fast because usually she'll like run at us and the guys like talk for like 10 lines back and forth and she's still in the process of running at us. So this is probably all happening like simultaneously, but I like to imagine.
Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. I don't care if you've been here before, and I don't care if you think you'll go somewhere else after this. My world is on the line right now, so I'd appreciate it if you would take this seriously and slay her. Let's chat her up a bit first. Maybe we can find a middle ground where everyone's happy.
My world is in danger.
Don't talk to her. You're just going to make things more difficult than they have to be.
Well, I seem to remember you having a tongue.
Internal dialoguing is a free action. I'm unarmed. That's a gesture of goodwill, so why don't we talk it out?
You came to me with empty hands last time, too. But that didn't mean you hadn't been plotting something nasty all along. What you did showed me as much.
To be fair, a dagger fell down some stairs.
But we didn't plot anything. We just made an informed decision based on the information we had at the time.
Or maybe because we had no choice. I mean, it's assuming that we had a choice to resist or not. And the narrator was really pushing for us to kill her. To the point of forcing our hand.
I think you're both making perfectly valid points. Sure, we didn't plot anything, but it's easy to see how she might think we did.
We just plotted to, you know, have her half bite off her own arm, help her, and then try to stab her to death. When she wasn't helpless anymore. Look, I made a mistake. We all make mistakes, right? I'm sure you've made mistakes.
Ooh, smart. Let's apologize, get us back on the right foot.
Wasn't a good apology, but...
The only mistake I ever made was thinking you would help me. And I'm not going to make the same mistake twice.
Well, that leaves us at a stalemate.
But unfortunately, I need you if I'm ever going to leave this place.
Can't you get out of those chains on your own? Those chains didn't stop you last time.
Oh, of course. They're nothing to me.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist. She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest. This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
Okay, let's leave.
Yes, let's.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
She never breaks eye contact, even as the two of you find yourselves face to face.
I mean, if anything, we're more alike now, right? Because we're like a Birdman, and she's like, I don't know, like a lion girl or something now.
She's silent for a long moment, as if testing to see what you'll do now that she's within arm's reach.
After you, darling. You're the one it lets come and go. It's best if I follow.
Oh no, we can't have that. If anyone is going to turn their back on anyone else, she's going to turn her back on us. It shouldn't matter who leads and who follows. We're working together here.
Birds and felines, famous friends. Hey, sometimes it works out.
Well, if it doesn't matter, then she can go first. We may be in this together, but that doesn't mean we have to trust her.
Like, it looked kind of like we're a crow or something, but what if we're like a vulture? Actually, a crow works too, because apparently sometimes in nature, birds will lead predators to, like, prey. The predators go deal with them, and the birds get the leftovers.
Somebody has to go first, and it might as well be us. We're the ones who broke her trust last time. You're talking a lot about trusting someone who, by her very definition, cannot be trusted. I don't know how many more warnings I have to dole out, but if you help her out of here, you're going to regret it.
Okay, let's go.
That's right. You're the one who's going first. Don't worry, I'll be right behind you watching every single thing you do.
That's exactly what I'm worried about.
You step onto the stairs and begin your ascent from the basement. The princess follows close on your heels, perhaps even a little closer than you'd like.
You're only saying that because you want us to feel nervous.
I do want those things, but I want them for a good reason. I don't need you to trust me for my sake, because I already know that I'm right. This is for you.
Can we walk backwards up the stairs? I think that's the smarter idea. She can't sneak in and attack if we're facing her.
But we can also trip and fall on our back if we're doing that.
No. The stairs are a bunch of overgrown roots. You'll trip and hurt yourself.
But
the princess is silent as you both continue the climb, and, in no time at all, the upstairs of the cabin is within reach.
I wonder if she's plotting anything, or if she wants us to move first to see if we're going to reach for the dagger once we get out.
isn't that a relief? We're fine. Nothing happened.
Because in theory, we could walk out and then she grabs the dagger behind us.
You're not even going to wait until you're through that door to proudly claim your victory, are you?
Why did you just say that? I think we know why.
You feel something dig into your shoulder, sharp and piercing. The princess clawing at you and pulling you down with her full weight.
Nope, she just wanted to trap us on the stairs.
Together you tumble back down the uneven stairs, your body and hers crashing against the unyielding wooden roots, until finally you both separate with a bone-shaking thud against the basement floor. You feel something pop. The princess lands against the far wall, gasping as she struggles to recover from the impact. You're still in shock, trying to get a hold of yourself. She grins as you continue to remain exactly where you are, cackling derisively as she watches you realize that you won't be getting up.
Oh, did we break our back?
Wait, why won't we be getting up?
I'm afraid your back is broken. One unlucky fall is all it takes, really, and you had several.
You know what? I'll say it. That sucks. I don't like having a broken back. We were going to help her. Why? Why did she do that? It's what I would have done. Have you considered not being like that? Of course not. It's what keeps us alive. And yet here we are, paralysed and stuck with someone who hates us in the basement of a remote cabin.
You must have known this was coming. The arrogance of turning your back to me after everything you've done.
Could have gotten out of here sooner if we just trusted each other.
Why would I ever trust you? Your hands have spilled my blood. And knowing that, you should never have trusted me either. You should have known I would never walk hand in hand with a loathsome thing like you. By our very natures, only one of us could make it upstairs unscathed. Someone had to make the first move. Better me than you.
See, this is why I wanted her to go first. I had this whole little scheme planned, where once she'd passed by the table upstairs, I'd have said, now pick up the blade and stab her in the back. And then you'd say something like, wow, that's an amazing idea that I never saw coming. Thanks for looking out for us. And then you would have done it and we wouldn't be stuck down here with a broken back. There's just one problem with that. And what's that? She was clearly planning to betray us. And if she was in front of us, she would have gotten to the blade first. Ugh, you're right, aren't you? I thought this whole thing was ironclad, but really it was doomed from the start, wasn't it? The princess's body twitches as she tries to get up.
I was about to say, it looks like she landed on her arm. Is she paralyzed too?
Ho ho ho! So she's got it as bad as us.
Something inside me is broken. Isn't that a cruel twist of the knife? Isn't that so funny?
She eyes you with intensity, silence falling between you for a long moment as her gaze travels up and down your battered form.
Seems I'm not the only one, though.
Wait, are we both just stuck here?
Yikes. She did this to us. I mean, we kind of did it to ourselves by, assuming that we had a choice. We helped her and then we changed our mind and tried to kill her.
Certainly seems that way. What a way to go. Look on the bright side. In all this chaos, you may have actually managed to deliver a lethal wound. The world could be saved after all.
Or at least she can't ever leave, so...
We're going to die together. Isn't that a lovely treat? I wonder how long it'll take. Maybe I'll get to watch the worms lick your bones clean.
Is that really what's going to happen?
Oh.
Hello? Are you still there? What happens next?
He doesn't respond. As soon as this void comes in, narrator typically poofs.
I think he's gone.
Something strange is twisting this place out of shape. I wasn't feeling much of anything, but now I feel cold.
You don't get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go?
Hello, Golden Dandelion. How are
Should we try and
you?
find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
It's gonna be okay. Just trust me. We've been here before, and you always get scared.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. If he thinks it's bad, I'm with him.
I'll see you on the other side. It's gonna be okay.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you.
At least we'll see the hero on the other side anyway.
Finally. We're going places.
Oh, hello, Inochi. How are you doing? You approach the mirror. Let's gaze into our reflection. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone again, once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. Ooh, we've withered. We're getting a little slimier. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. You can't tell me she is not out of conscience. Yeah, she is when she's becoming beastly. You got 2 hours left and you get to go home to your wonderful girlfriend. How are you hooting? I'm hooting pretty well, thank you. We're just going through some slight bits of horror here with Slay the Princess. This is our third one.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction. A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
You can't be a contradiction. Contradictions don't exist. Which is in itself a contradiction. Just trying to survive work. Oh, I feel ya. I'm trying to survive the workday. Or I guess in this case, work night. I assume you're in a very different time zone from me, though. Because for me, it's 1 in the morning. Unless you just work really late. It doesn't matter how many times I go back. At least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less. Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
So we can view this as it being like a punishment that we're kind of stuck here to do this. Or we can view it as a way that we're trying to save them by doing this. And we go with the whole, you know, it's a love story angle. Third shift housekeeper. Oh. Oh, there's a hole. I never stitched up. There's a tiny little hole in my octopus. Need to fix them. So, okay, so we're actually in the same time zone. Neat. So with this one. No, not really. It all seems so distant as soon as I'm near to you.
It does seem small from here, and the more we journey, the smaller each of those steps will be. But that doesn't make any of them less special.
It's weird to say, how can you stand to be a contradiction? But I guess I'll say it.
As easily as you can stand to be you. You are like me, even if you have chosen not to look at the corners of you that do not fit. Even if you have chosen to ignore the brilliant contours of your soul.
So you've been by to meet new acquaintances and possible YouTube target raids. Is that okay with you? Yeah, that's okay with me. Hey, I don't mind if you're just lurking and popping in and popping out. I don't mind. Usually in the past, before I got a job, I didn't stream at this time, but now this is about a time where when I am streaming, I'm usually streaming anywhere from like 9 p.m. at the earliest, usually like 10 and into the AMs, so usually I'm here around this time. She'll lend a like and sub a dub. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. And what happens to the worlds we leave behind?
My perspectives are shadowed. You have seen what I have seen, just as I have seen what you have seen. The angles of my vantage do not offer me hidden truths, and my attention is turned inward, except when you are here with me. Perhaps this will change when our work is done.
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily even say that that was a true statement, because she does block us off from going on paths we've been on before. And I do know we didn't see all we could with the beast, because I was slightly spoiled by looking at the achievements I gained, And there was one called the Beast. So I think she would have probably become, like, we could have advanced probably again, and maybe she would have killed us, or we would have died in a different way, and we would have continued on another chapter of that story. So there's definitely, like, we've ended 2 storylines kind of early, but that's fine. We can always do them again at some point. Well, what do you think of this vessel?
This one is hope marred by bitterness and betrayal. She could see the end of the tunnel, and the door was closed on her. She will make for a righteous heart.
This voice is a lot louder than the narrator and stuff.
Do not mourn her. She is finally on the other side.
Maybe that's just the audio balance for some of the lines. All right.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
It always happens so suddenly. Everything goes dark and you die. Bring the witch to her.
You're
Righteous
on a
heart.
path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Well, that makes me feel better that we got an achievement. I think we still get achievements no matter which ending for the storylines we get. So it's not like, oh man, I missed a bunch of stuff. It's like, oh hey, well you still got one, you know?
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. You make your way.
All right.
The interior of the cabin is almost...
So what happens now if we try to enter the basement without the dagger? I'm very curious. Yeah, there's no premature
The
endings.
door to the basement creaks open.
We could lie to her. Let's just not say anything.
Good. You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you may still be able to do what needs to be done. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. I am begging you to...
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these chains?
Let's talk first.
Okay.
So I don't think I can... Yeah, so we can't try to free her anymore. What's your name?
Oh.
She pauses, carefully formulating her words before she responds.
You can address me as Your Royal Highness. Or you can just call me Princess if Your Royal Highness is too formal.
Is Princess her name or her title? What if it's both? Could you imagine being named Princess Princess?
Oh, I should have picked... I've been forgetting. I have all these BG3 candles. This is the Lae'zel one. I had this one out for Monster Hunter because it smells like leather, ginger, and lime. And, you know, makes sense. Red dragons and all that. But I feel like I need to pick out a different one that works for this game. Maybe the Shadowheart candle, because she is God's favorite princess after all. Ooh, such a good smell. Yeah, she's Mario. So, Princess is your name?
like I said, you can call me Princess if you'd like.
Maybe she doesn't remember who she is.
I'm sorry, I've been down here so long I guess I've just forgotten. I must have a name, though. Everyone has a name.
Can we just give her like an existential crisis? Is that this route?
Okay, that's weird. She hadn't even thought to pick a name for herself. Hopefully you're starting to see that she can't be trusted. Go back upstairs, get the blade, and slay her before it's too late.
Well, I don't know anything about you. For all I know, you're locked up down here for a reason.
Of course I'm locked up down here for a reason. I don't actually know what that reason is, but you don't just stuff a princess in a basement and throw away the key without there being some sort of an explanation, right?
You have all the explanation you need, and you should know better than to trust whatever she comes up with.
Well, if I'm the first person you've seen in a while, what have you been eating? Or drinking?
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
This is the only time this is ever going to happen, but I agree with the princess. That's hardly relevant.
I mean, she was able to bite off her own arm. I don't think she needs to eat or drink. She can bleed to death. We know that. That's a fact.
Okay, but actually, what has she been eating? She has to eat, right?
Okay, well, what are you gonna do if I let you out of here?
The princess hesitates before responding.
She doesn't know. She's been down here too long to have any idea of what she'd do in another life.
She knows what she'd do. She's just searching for whatever answer she thinks you want to hear.
Are you looking for the truth, or are you looking for the right answer? Because with the dynamic we have going on here, I don't think the specifics of what I do really matter. It's not like you'd believe me.
Well, I was sent here to slay you. You're apparently supposed to end the world. But I wanted to see you for myself. I'm still not sure what to believe.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here for so long.
How long has she been locked away?
Did they tell you how I'm supposed to end the world?
I was hoping you'd tell me.
I don't know how to destroy the world, if that's what you're getting at.
I believe her. She doesn't have to know how to destroy the world to be capable of doing it.
At the end of the day, whatever the two of us have going on down here is about trust. Whoever sent you to slay me claimed I was a threat to the world, but they didn't tell you why. I don't trust that. And I don't think you do either, or you wouldn't have come down here to talk.
She has a point. We're talking like this for a reason.
So this shouldn't be about what I'd do if I got out of here, or me saying the right thing to convince you to save me. This is about how messed up this whole situation is. This is my life we're talking about. Do you really think I can even end the world? Why would I even want to? We both know that if there's people we can't trust in this situation, it's whoever locked me down here, and it's whoever sent you here, and those two groups are probably one and the same.
Don't let her turn the tables here. This isn't about trust. This is about risk. We stand to lose everything, all for the sake of one person, and a subjugating monarch no less.
He always keeps emphasizing that they're a monarch, so it's fine. Which, you know, I get the idea, like, down with the monarchy! But, like, what has the monarchy done in this world? Okay, well, let's try something. I won't kill you, but I can't just set you free. It's too risky. What if I just stayed for a while and just kept you company? Maybe then everyone could be happy.
That seems like a pretty good compromise.
Because I literally don't have the ability to free her anymore.
I don't think I could bear being down here that much longer.
Leaving her alive is too risky. If you don't deal with her soon, she will find a way out.
So I'm the only one who liked that idea.
One way or another, I'm going to find a way out of here. It would make it easier for both of us if you'd help.
Ooh.
But if you don't, I can promise that you'll regret that decision.
You have to make a choice. Let's hope for all our sakes it's the right one.
I can still try to let her out, interestingly. Okay. She's giving me a creepy face now. She's giving me a creepy face. I mean, in a normal game situation, as soon as they show the creepy face, you go, nope! And then you either stab them or you lock them away. But even if we lock her in the basement, she says she's going to try to find a way out. And this creepy face tells you all you need. If she was just like angry, that's one thing. She's giving you the creepy face of threatening. And started speaking in a, well, if you don't help me, you're going to regret it. I say we go stab her at this point.
Thank you. You turn back to the stairs, intent on retrieving the blade in the cabin.
Is she gonna get out?
Where are you going? You can't just leave me here. Fine, turn your back on me, but it won't be long before I slip these chains. And once I'm out of here, there will be hell to pay for leaving me behind.
Slip these chains? She can't, right? She needed our help to get out of here. But do you hear the conviction in her voice? I don't think she's bluffing.
She has to be bluffing, but hurry. You rush up to the first floor, grabbing the blade, both yours and the world's only possible salvation.
Okay, if we're sure about this decision, I'll support it. I suppose we have a world to save after all.
You slowly creep down the basement stairs. It's quiet.
Where the princess sat only a moment ago, there's only a severed arm, its cooling flesh still chained to the wall. And she is nowhere to be seen.
Nope, she gnawed her arm off again. Oh no.
Is it just me? Or did this room get a lot bigger?
Is she like on the ceiling? I feel like turning around is a terrible idea. If we could back step up the stairs, like suggested before, now that they're not gnarled roots, she'll bleed to death, probably. Be fine. Yeah, we're gonna commit now, I think.
Your eyes dart to the corners of the room. You don't see her.
Where is she?
Close the door behind you.
You close the door behind you. Almost magically, its locks immediately click into place. Maybe they'll open if you finish the job.
Well, I would have locked the door in that case if we were apparently right there. Yeah, let's just wait.
Oh, do you want to play a waiting game? I've been down here a long, long time. I'm very good at waiting.
You do your best to patiently wait her out. But eventually, exhaustion starts to set in.
Come on, wake up. We can't fall asleep down here.
No, let's go in the shadows at this point.
You step into the shadows. Too late, you hear the quiet patter of feet against the basement floor, followed by the taut pull and sharp pain of tearing flesh as the princess lunges into you from behind and drags you to the floor.
I mean, otherwise we would have fallen asleep, so... I mean, obviously she was on the ceiling. I guess we didn't ever look up.
Her ferocity overwhelms you, and as the princess rends flesh from bone, your limp fingers lose their grip on the blade. It slips from your hand, your one last means of defense, lying useless beside you in a pool of your cooling blood. I suppose you just lacked the will to fight back. This is the end, isn't it?
I'm afraid it is. You shouldn't have let that fear creep into your heart. You had the upper hand, and now look at you. Everything goes dark, and you die.
Oh, no, this is the beast. Never mind, the other one was just
You're
a
on
witch,
path
even though she was getting
in the
beastly.
woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Yeah, okay, no.
Oh, don't you start grandstanding about morals. If he doesn't remember what happened, then something else must have trapped us here.
We're the hunted now.
You're not trapped here. Nobody's forcing you to do anything, though the only sensible thing for you to do right now is march up to that cabin and slay the princess.
Not trapped, eh?
A warning before you go any further. She will lie.
Does a cat lie to a cornered mouse when it plays with its freedom? Or is it just acting out its nature? I don't see why that matters. A lie's a lie, and if anything, she's the one who's cornered. She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear and smell. That's a very roundabout way of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously. Maybe. The interior of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated. It feels like no one has lived here for a long time, wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You walk up to the... What are you talking about? You reach forward, and now it's gone.
I'm doing that just in case that does something. Like maybe that's why we keep growing. Or the hunted. I feel like we should take the blade. She already doesn't like us. If she's the beast now, maybe we could be Beauty, eh?
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes. The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. She growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
She sounds almost feral, impatient, or maybe eager. You carefully make your way down the stairs. The last step gives way to the damp earth floor of a starlit pit. The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness. The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere.
Or that could be her right there.
You see only a flash of the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her. Remember, she's just a princess. She is certainly not just a princess. You're not helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does. Her shining eyes appear between the leaves, staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified. I'm so much more than you. And a little splinter clutched in trembling hands won't save you from me.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright. The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now.
She's in chains, but seems like she can move those chains far. Or potentially, she could just be dragging the chains around the room to make us think that she's chained up. Fuck, we move.
You lunge to the side, picking a direction on instinct. As you land, you're buffeted by a gust of air, disturbed by the sudden motion of a massive body. The princess. In an instant, she's pounced on the spot where you would have been, her chains rattling across the floor behind her.
Ooh, she's like a Jabberwocky.
Before you can blink, she's gone, vanishing once more into the shadows. But you still feel her gaze on you.
You're faster than you were before, but you're still meek, reactive, prey.
You whirl around to find her, and your gaze meets hers, a pair of shining eyes peering out at you from just beyond the basement stairs. So she's cut off our escape. Shit, what do we do?
No, she wants to hunt us. There's no reasoning of her. I am not gonna run for the stairs. That's exactly what she wants us to do. I was sent here to kill you because you're a threat to the world. I'm starting to believe that's true.
Oh, for the love of... You've given up the game. Great. All that will do is hasten her victory.
She's stalking us. She wants to kill us already. We're not giving up anything.
So many useless thoughts run through your head. Thinking, thinking, thinking. You'll never hurt me if you keep thinking.
Question is, like, we don't have any other actions here. Our only action is to run for the stairs, which seems like a terrible idea. She's literally waiting for us to bolt for an exit. Yeah, you're deflecting.
And you bear your weakness to the world.
She's coiling for another strike. Be somewhere else. We're on the back foot. The back foot keeps us nimble, keeps us alive. It doesn't matter if it keeps us alive if it eventually kills us. We need to take back the momentum. We need to do something.
Wait. What? What? Survive. That's an interesting action we can make. Our action is that we survive. How about I just not die? That seems like a good idea. I mean, so far, whenever we do something, it tends to be true. So if we believe that we will survive, we'll do it. If we wait for her to strike and hit her back, she'll probably end up hitting us and then we hit her back. We'll survive.
You spin into a new patch of jungle, barely moving out of the way before the princess surges past you with a speed that makes her practically unseen.
Yeah, we can't keep this up. We might be able to run for the stairs now that we made her move.
Yes, now's our chance. Quick. And then what? We need a plan. We need to figure out something. Don't plan ahead. Act on the now. All that matters is that we stay alive. As you turn to sprint for the stairs, you feel the air shift. You instinctively glance behind you just in time to see the princess lunge from the shadows, more unhinged and dripping, eyes fierce and full of hunger. She is too quick to outrun, too nimble to outmaneuver, too determined to overpower. This is her domain. You are devoured.
Well, we tried.
I guess that's it then, isn't it? Unfortunately for you, no. This isn't it.
Oh, does she like to play over her food?
You are in a dark and caustic place.
Oh.
A thick, fibrous lining constricts around you, its slick surface impossible to grip. Your hands scrabbling uselessly at your surroundings as they compress in on you. Your lungs can barely expand in such a tiny space. Not that the humid, finite air grants you more than a few shallow breaths at a time.
Okay, well, she just swallowed us whole.
The liquid pooling beneath you starts to seep into your skin. You itch, then sting, then burn as the acid begins its slow work.
When I killed you, I tried to leave this place, but it wouldn't let me. You belong down there, it screamed at me. The world is better off without you in it.
The flesh around you rumbles as the princess begins to move, her thundering footfalls twisting you helplessly about. Your skin protests as the corrosive liquid sloshes around you, but there will be no respite for you in sight. The burning grows stronger, and you can feel layers of you being peeled away.
Is she thinking if she has us swallowed, she'll be able to get past whatever magic's holding her in because it thinks it's us trying to get out?
But you don't belong down here. You came from somewhere else. You came from out there. So I consumed your dead heart, and I carried it in my throat, and I draped what was left of you on my back, and I threw myself against that door.
She stops, her muscles tensing around you, and through the muffling layers of her flesh, you hear the whine of straining metal. And with a pop, she lurches forward, your body lurching right along with her.
She's saying like she skinned us. She says she ate our dead heart, but clearly we have a hand here. So I'm not sure exactly what's inside of us and what she's wearing.
Her chains. She's loose.
But even then, it denied me freedom. You cannot fool me by draping yourself in decay. I know your true nature, and it is suffering.
Gravity pulls at you as you're hefted upwards, the distant creaking of ancient wooden steps barely audible over the thudding of the princess's heart.
Oh, no, sorry. She's talking about the first time. I thought she meant now. No, the first time she ate our heart and then, like, wore us as a pelt on her back. Now she's thinking if we're whole.
And then it was gone, and I was here. A new enclosure, a nicer cage, but still a prison. I learned from my wounds. You're alive now. We can leave together.
Does that work? Could she free herself if we're alive in here?
Well, last time she got out, we were together.
Do you really need me to give you a definitive answer for you to understand that the situation is grim? Stop her. Do something.
We still have the knife.
You still have that steel claw. Tear through her before we are her. Survive. Or we could use it to make this quick for ourselves. If she needs us in order to leave, we could at least deny her that.
Oi, Frost, how are things? Things are going. We may be inside the princess.
That is a bad thing to do.
Can you talk to the cabin? Could have asked me before swallowing me alive. No. Looks like the BG3 screen with tadpole powers. Oh, like the brain. The funny thing is I never saw that screen because I never consumed any tadpoles to do it. Next run, though, we'll do it now that I know about the consequences of it. And, you know, different stuff. So they seem kind of overpowered, but hey, you know, it's all about the fun. Anywho, I feel like, I mean, I don't know if we're gonna be able to kill her from the inside before she attempts to get out, or if we're gonna be dissolved first. We can definitely kill ourselves in one blow, and then she's screwed. And if we do that, I wonder though. Because if we kill ourselves, we're going to move on to another life. Right? You could always just go with your gut instinct. Well, my gut instinct would be to knife her guts. But that's assuming that the blade's powerful enough to do it, right? This is an explorer option. We're gonna save and see what happens. See, something I don't like about the saves is, like, it's not like we make a save state, like in most games, like you say your progress and it's there. No, it continues from when you made your save. So technically, I have to make 2 saves. So it saves this bit, and then I continue on this one, and it keeps auto-saving over this. It's so confusing. I'm pretty sure that's how it works, because I don't think that's what we did before, isn't it? At least that's how I had it before. I've loaded one of the saves, and then it kept saving over it. I know there's auto-saves, too. It's confusing me. Maybe I'm just going crazy. I don't know. Let's stab her.
Though you have little room to move, you use what strength you can muster to drive the blade forward into the thick walls of tissue digesting you.
I can feel you tearing through me, but are you swift enough for it to matter?
Your body is violently jostled, the disruption causing burning skin to slop from raw muscle, and you hear what you can only assume is the princess pulling against the door to the cabin.
The cage is still locked.
Just because I want freedom doesn't mean I want to give you yours. Nah, I'm just gonna keep stabbing.
You slice again, deeper, rooting through her meat with the tip of your blade, until at last it finds her beating heart. The pulling has turned to banging as the princess desperately throws everything at the cabin door. Your flesh screams as your reddened, spongy body is hit with fresh waves of blistering acid.
You can't hold me forever.
Slay the princess!
Though your body is dissolving, eroding into unrecognizable shapes, your will drives it forward. You have a target, and you will strike it.
We're too late, aren't we? This isn't survival. This is spite.
And I love spite.
No, it's something better. It's fulfilling a noble destiny. Your lone, functioning arm lashes out, stabbing up towards the princess's heart.
So you found a way to kill me. Then we'll die together.
and I will see you again soon.
With those prophetic words, you do not draw another breath, your body tangled and melting in the cooling folds of the princess's flesh. Everything goes dark, and you die. But at least you've saved the world, I hope.
The wild.
We are a path in the woods. We have no beginning, and we have no end, but something cold and unnatural sits watching us from just beyond our edge.
We just had our bird face as a cursor now.
His gaze pushes against our borders, curling them in on themselves, preventing them from stretching to the places they need to reach.
No, that's all wrong. You're not a path in the woods, you're on a path in the woods. Who's even saying that? That's not the princess, is it? Oh no. How many times have you been here? I think this is our third? That's bad. That's very, very bad. It wasn't even supposed to reach 2. If you're at 3, well, no wonder things aren't the way they're supposed to be. Let's get our facts straight. What happened last time? What could you have possibly done for things to be like this?
The thing that sits beyond our edge speaks his logic into us. He tries to grasp at things that cannot be grasped.
Yeah, she's talking about the narrator.
He tries to stare with wide pupils at that which can only be held from the corner of the eye or with a passing glance.
Shut up. The rest of you, talk. What happened? What did you do? Can she hear us if we talk?
I can hear everything, little one, but you don't have to be afraid of me. There's no place where you end and I begin. Nothing can hurt you here. Not anymore.
Oh, I like that. I don't feel so small anymore when you put it like that.
That's because you aren't small, even if you act that way. We're both so much more together than we were apart, and we can be so much more still, vast, unfathomable.
You're not mad at us for stabbing you in the heart, are you?
No. Are you mad at me for swallowing you whole?
Nah, not really. It all seems so petty right now. She ate you, and now you're convinced that you're stuck together. What a mess.
He doesn't understand. We aren't convinced of anything, and we aren't stuck together. We're one. This is how we're supposed to be. Can't you feel it?
This thing watching us, what is he?
I'm not watching you, I'm trying to help you. That's not an answer to our question.
I don't know what he is. I only know that he is something other, and that he wishes for you and I to tear ourselves apart.
I do want that, but only because it's in your best interests. It's in everyone's best interests. You won't be able to slay her unless you remove yourself from her.
He wants us to kill each other.
I don't. I want you to kill her. Don't be charmed by her faux solidarity. You're not in this together. She's the only one who poses a threat to the world, and she's trying to make you go along with it. You don't have to enable her, especially when you have what it takes to stop her.
So we have 3 different stances. We can be against the narrator and with the princess. We could be against the princess with the narrator. Or we can be in the middle and be stuck. And we can go with the angle. With the princess, we go with the angle that together we're whole. Otherwise, we go with the narrative that we're supposed to be separate beings. Because it seems like we're kind of falling apart last time we checked. As we've been helping the princess, we've been slowly rotting away. But maybe that's a good thing, and there'll be something underneath all the rot. Or maybe we need to be rotting away so then we can join the princess. Because it said before that we were too full. I'm honestly getting sick of the narrator because he's keeping stuff from us. Obviously the princess gets mad, but she only gets mad when we are obviously antagonistic towards her or when we act untrustworthy. The narrator just straight up lies to us and doesn't tell us that we're going through this multiple times until he's like, whoa, this isn't how it's supposed to be. How many times have you guys done this? Huh.
We push back. It may feel like he's everywhere, but presence isn't strength. Otherwise, he would have torn us apart by now. There must be a crack in the walls of this prison. There must be a way for us to be free from him.
She's trying to use you. After everything she's done, you should be able to see that. I may not have been around to witness it, but clearly you remember what happened. How about you try remembering how it all felt?
You're also trying to use us, buddy. Turn inward and find your freedom. Embrace your transformation, a glimpse of something bigger.
You fall inward, into a network of connections too vast for your mind to occupy. Are you a path in the woods? Are you a body? Can you even grasp the fuzziest edges of the shapes that confine you?
We can change to fill them together.
We don't need to be everywhere. We just need to test the boundaries. We just need to find the right place to be at the right time. You'd do best to remember that some wounds will never heal. Some rifts can never be mended. Even in rebirth, some things never come back the same.
Uh-oh.
What is he going on about? What does he know about us? You aren't whole. You'll never be whole again. This struggle is meaningless. Whatever you think you're doing, you will fall apart.
Ooh, that's some information there. We aren't whole and will never be whole again. That makes me think that we are like a version of the princess.
We don't need to be made whole. All we need to do is find a single corner of his cage and break it.
There is a place you need to be, you just need to find it.
stretch and search and stretch and search, growing as you decay and decaying as you grow. As you strain beyond your limits, the ground around you becomes dry and unstable and crumbles into nothing beneath you. This place will fall apart before you find its end. This task, whatever it is you think you're doing, is impossible. All he has are words, and words aren't real. We're real. That's right, I know a loser when I see one. Call his bluff.
I can hold us together for a little while longer, so long as you trust me.
I trust you. Find the way out.
You won't find anything. If I have to starve you, if I have to sacrifice my world to keep the princess at bay, I'll do it.
See, he's been saying the last couple times, my world is in danger. Oh. But you do find something. It's cold and smooth and gently buckles, then cracks under the pressure of your consciousness flattening against it.
Don't move an inch. Don't grow another blade of grass or harvest the remains of another dying creature so you can expand just that much further. Stop all of this. Right now. I think it's too late for that, mate.
I'm at your side. Shatter it and free us all.
Shatter the cage.
No, stop!
But his pleas disappear at the sound of breaking glass. For a moment, you and she gaze through the tiniest hole in the world, the place you need to be. There's grass out there.
Job well done, team. Just like I'd planned.
Is this what he kept from us? Is this why he made us kill each other?
It's beautiful. We need to be there. We won't be safe until we are. We won't be whole.
There's color out there. Beyond the reds and purples and blacks. And then it's gone.
Where did it go? Why is everything so cold?
The world just ended. But you never get the chance to answer her. You turn to see her gone behind you. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final.
Oh, is that the last one we need?
That thing reeks of death. If they think it's bad, I'm with them.
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You've unraveled. Ooh. Yeah, her skin has sloughed off. You find yourself in the long quiet once again. There she is.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it.
Do you think there are people out there?
It doesn't matter if there are. People are too small for us. You and I are the only things that interest me.
Do you think that anything is real out there? Do you think we are real?
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
Do you have thoughts on this vessel?
This one is like a shadow of me, twisting vines in search of answers. She will make for a curious heart. Do not mourn her. She has found what she yearned for.
She wanted to break free of her cage. Do you know what's going to happen when you awaken?
If I did, I would already be awake.
When you send me back, I'm not alone. There are voices that speak to me. Some of them are me, but one of them is something else. I call him the narrator, and he wants me to kill you. Do you have a narrator? Have the vessels had one?
No, their minds are empty, existent, but constantly shifting into something new. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
He does, and when I find him, you and I are finally going to have answers.
Do not look to one who fears me for your truth. The only answers worth knowing are those we can find within ourselves.
Okay. How many more vessels do you need?
One. Whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude.
If this is the last time, is there anything you want me to bring you?
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
All right. Well, I'm curious what happens if I just say if this is the last stage, then I'm not going back. I'm just going to stay here.
You've already tried waiting, but I understand if you need more time. I'll wait with you.
Is that just going to kick us out again? No. Yeah, there is no waiting forever. All right.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Every time I keep forgetting. Bring the networked wild to her.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
I was hoping by killing the beast, it would have brought the beast to her. But we got something else. And I know for a fact, based on the achievements, because I was looking and I think it showed me like one of the ones I didn't have yet, even though I didn't look at the full list. And I know that the beast is one of them. That's all I know. Is that we can get that one. I'm sure we can get like every stage of them probably to her.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
All right, buddy.
You make your way. The interior of the cabin is all...
We have to take the blade now. We've already done all the ones where we don't take it.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Now, we might be able to go down there and drop the blade, because it was an option the first time we went down there. is she could say, hey, if you drop that blade, maybe we can talk.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
And she's like already apprehensive.
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
I'm just gonna say, hey, I think I'm here to kill you.
Oh, are you now? Why don't you come down and let me take a look at you?
Great job. You gave away the element of surprise. Good luck, hero. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Now, we already know she can chew her arm to get out.
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me.
I haven't decided yet.
How about you drop the knife and the two of us just talk?
Look how reasonable she's being. We should just drop the blade and talk things out. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster, but killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of us.
Drop it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clang.
Thank you.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed.
We'll be fine.
I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor. You're going to need it.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
A relationship? Are you coming on to me? I'm gonna ask her what her name is. Again.
She hesitates before answering.
You can address me as your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
There's people out there who think you're going to end the world. What do you have to say about that?
Don't just tell her that.
Is that why they threw me down here? But I don't want to hurt anyone. I like the world, I think. I don't remember much about it, to be honest. I've been down here a long time.
Oh, so she's keeping her facts consistent.
Just how long has she been down here?
If I'm supposed to be capable of ending the world, then how did I wind up here, chained to a wall? Have they told you why I'm allegedly so dangerous?
She's making that face again. No, and if I'm being honest, I'm more inclined to trust you than I'm inclined to trust them.
Sooner or later, you'll understand that I have your best interests at heart. Hopefully sooner.
How sweet. Now be a pal and help me get out of here, would you? We could figure out how to deal with them after I'm free.
Just slay her. I'll see what we can do.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key.
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
And if there isn't a key, do you have any ideas?
Well, you do have that big, sharp knife. You could always cut me out of here.
I wonder if this is going to take us down a different road. 'Cause she is speaking different than when we've done this before. And we weren't allowed to break her out before on that same route.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here?
Yeah, right now.
You make your way back to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slain her like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they? The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
Save the princess.
Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the princess's arm, just above the massive, unyielding chain.
It's a little bit different because she didn't already start gnawing her arm off this time.
You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp and you make quick work of it. Before long, you're able to crack through bone, and she pulls the bleeding stub of her arm through the iron gauntlet. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, the princess turns to face you, her fierce gaze meeting your eye. How is she so composed after losing an arm? It's like she isn't even bothered by it.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I just can't let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade.
It's doing this again.
Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me. Stop that.
I thought this was a little too easy.
Your body lunges forward to sink the blade into her back, but the princess swiftly moves out of the way before you can connect. Stop it! Stop resisting me! I am trying to get you out of here alive.
Okay, so we can still resist him on this route, but it's probably going to be different.
The blade. Move the blade.
You're doing your best to help me, aren't you? I can see the conflict in your eyes. I'll make this quick.
She steps forward and pries the blade from your rigid hands.
Maybe I'll see you in another life.
And then she slits your throat with an almost clinical ease.
Oh, that's nice, though. She didn't stab us like 20 times because she didn't know how to use a knife.
Her face remains unchanged as she watches you collapse to the ground, blood flowing from your butchered neck.
She tried to make it painless.
This is the end, isn't it? I'm afraid it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. I hope it was worth it.
The prisoner.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. My tricks? What on earth are you talking about? We've just... Don't forget what he did to us the last time around. I wouldn't trust a word out of his mouth. There's got to be a way out of here, for us and for the princess. We just have to keep trying.
I'm inclined to agree. If he doesn't remember what happened last time, maybe it's best to keep it that way. You know I can hear you two, right? And as far as trying to help her goes, need I remind you how catastrophically dangerous...
Yeah. I always just do it so I can see which voice we have with
warning.
us.
Before you go any further, she will lie.
Yes, don't believe a word she says. Just go in, take the knife, and do what you're supposed to. Wink.
Did you just say wink out loud?
No, I didn't. Wink.
Just ignore this clown and focus on the princess.
Well, he can't exactly wink, he's a voice.
The interior of the cabin is less a cozy woodland retreat and more like a dungeon. A few pathetic wisps of starlight attempt to illuminate the cold, uninviting stone walls, and thick, wrought iron bars barricade the windows, reminding anyone who enters that this is a prison. The only furniture of note is an iron table, bolted to the floor, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
With the mirror?
You walk up to...
What are you talking about?
You reach forward and...
Because only we can see
was a mirror,
that
and now it's gone.
in our voices.
If he doesn't want us to know about it, it must be important. We should keep our eyes peeled. Maybe it'll be back.
The narrator can't see the mirror. I say we don't take the blade. So maybe I was wrong. Maybe it was saving exactly. Yeah, it did save exactly where it was supposed to. I'm just going crazy.
I'm afraid I'm going to insist we take the blade. We're in a dangerous situation, and I'm not letting us go down there without a weapon.
Are you sure? What if she... I don't know... turns it against us? Which I'm bringing up in a purely hypothetical manner.
Yes, I'm sure.
Turns it against you? She's a prisoner here. She'll only be able to turn it against you if you give it to her. Which you won't be doing because she's an existential threat to the entire world.
Okay. I'm trusting you.
Hey, don't I get a say here? What's the big idea?
Normally, yeah, but not about this. Call it a reflex. We take the knife as we go.
Wonderful. You do exactly that, sweeping the blade from the table before proceeding to the basement.
Maybe Skeptic has a plan.
Don't worry about it. We have a knife, so what? It's not like we have to use it.
Don't worry about me.
No, you don't have to do anything, but you do well to use it regardless. Moving on. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an old stone staircase. A few sputtering torches attempt to vaguely illuminate your path, dancing across glimmering patches of slimy moss on the stone steps. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
This is similar to when we freed her nicely before and we resisted. She was in a castle, like a nicer castle though. This one's, I don't remember if there was like slimy moss and stuff. It's a little less nice.
Her voice, harsh but controlled, carries up the stairs.
Is that a visitor I hear? Please, come downstairs. It's been a while since I've had company.
Does she remember us? You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She looks up at you, the heavy collar around her neck clanking loudly as she moves. The chains binding both her wrists to the far wall, joining the metallic chorus as she adjusts her hands in her lap.
Ooh, yeah, this time she is definitely chained up. She ain't gnawing her arm off out of that one. She'd have to gnaw her own neck off somehow.
Should we be worried about the one around her neck? Why would you be worried about her restraints? If anything, they'll make your job easier. Have you noticed the empty chain on the wall? Odd that in a place where everything seems to serve a distinct purpose, there would be something so obviously useless.
What an interesting development. Why don't you have a seat? The two of us should chat before you bury that thing in my heart.
could just offer to leave her here. Yeah, let's sit with her.
You step towards the princess, but she stops you before you get too close, holding up one shackled hand.
There's fine. I'd prefer we keep some distance until we've sorted this out.
That's reasonable. We do have a weapon. Might as well put her at ease.
Let's sit where she told us to sit.
You do as she asks and sit on the floor, still a good distance away from her.
Why did we go to the side that has the chain? Like, potentially I could see her using that to lock us up somehow. Like, if we were being antagonistic.
Thank you. Now, what are your intentions for me?
You're not much of a threat. Bye! What happened after I died last time?
Oh, are we talking about that? I thought we weren't going to give away the game. But sure, I'll fill you in.
Regrets. I was wondering if she was pretending or not.
Nothing happened. You died. I went upstairs. I couldn't leave. I found myself in a new place in chains again. More of them. And now you're back.
Is that really all she knows? It's not like we have much of a clue about how things work. And she's probably even more in the dark than we are.
You're looking at me like I might be hiding something. I'm not.
I guess it's possible she really doesn't know anything. Maybe both of us are stuck in this loop without any idea why or how.
First you make a comment about having been here before, and now this. As much as I would like to remain in denial, it's no use. This has complicated things.
I think I don't like that.
You take the good idea. The door to the
We're gonna try that again.
Without a visitor.
Does she remember us?
You walk down the stairs. Should we be... Why would you...
Have you noticed the empty...
What an interesting development.
You step towards the princess. You do as she asks.
Okay. Let's not give away the game to the narrator. Because she knows that we were resisting something. So let's not give away and make her reveal that she knows that we've been in a loop. Because then the narrator goes, wait, the princess knows. Uh-oh. You have been in another loop. My intentions, what do you mean?
Yes, your intentions. You have a knife. What are you going to do with it? Why are you here? There isn't a keyhole in these shackles, so I'm afraid my only way out is surgical removal.
Is she forgetting about the shackle on her neck?
It looks kind of big. She might be able to slip out of it.
Or does she think she'd survive a beheading?
You're right. Maybe she's delusional. All the more reason not to trust her.
Unless she really could survive.
Though I suppose you could just be here to kill me. But I don't think that's in either of our best interests.
How am I supposed to cut you out? If you didn't notice, your head is in a shackle too.
No. Like I trust you to come any closer with that knife. All you're going to do is hand it to me and watch me work.
But she would have to cut her head off, right? She can't be suggesting that.
She certainly seems confident. Maybe she knows something we don't.
Maybe she can just chop her stuff off and just plop it back on.
Or maybe you should consider the most likely scenario. She's bluffing so she can disarm you.
Though if she isn't bluffing, whatever she has planned might be for her benefit alone. There's no guarantee that what's good for her is good for us.
So, what should we do? I don't know. I'm just spelling out our options, listing the pros and cons.
Then let me help you. I'll start with the cons. If you're handing her your weapon, the cons are that she might use it to escape and end the entire world, and she might use it to kill you.
I didn't fill up my water before I started streaming.
That doesn't sound great. What about the pros?
There are none.
The pros are that we can't trust him, possibly even more than we can't trust her. And whatever she has planned could do something to mess with what he has planned. Or maybe they're both screwing us over in their own ways.
I don't want to try to cut her out. I feel like she has some kind of plan on how to do it. Yeah, well, maybe I shouldn't even mention the other chain on the wall. I would just hope that if I give her the knife, she doesn't cut herself out and then she pushes us against the wall and makes us the prisoner here. Though that won't really work anyway. Even if she were to use that against us, she still wouldn't be able to leave. Yeah. Okay, I'm trusting you.
Slide it over.
No, absolutely not. I am not letting you hand your only weapon over to the world-ending princess. Until you come up with any other idea, like, say, I don't know, doing your job and slaying her, you remain rigidly in place.
Do you think this will work? Interesting that you're only having us remain in place. It's almost like there are very real limits to your power.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The world ends if we fail, right? Her killing us might not be our only failure state, if you catch my meaning.
I don't know where you're going with this. Could you explain? Yes, explain it.
Sure. I'm insinuating that we could kill ourselves. Ruin this whole thing.
You wouldn't.
I'm not afraid of dying. Are you?
A little. You got your point across. Fine. You slide the blade across the floor. The princess maintains unsettling eye contact as she reaches down to pick it up.
Thanks.
She pulls up her hair, smiling slightly as she raises the blade to her throat. What is she doing? She doesn't say another word as she cuts into her own neck.
I mean, I don't think she feels any pain. I think the only thing that kills her... I don't know, certain things kill her and certain things don't. Like, we know a stab through the heart will kill her. And we know that falling down the stairs and breaking certain bones kills her. It's almost like if she gets in a state where she can no longer move, that's when she dies. We've also dealt enough wounds to her where the narrator has said that we probably killed her.
No.
Let's just watch.
Her eyes stare forward, unblinking, as she saws through skin, veins, cartilage. At last she reaches bone, the blade grinding audibly against her vertebra as it continues to slice its way through her neck.
I'm not finding this as crazy given she's just gnawed her own arm off before and she's been fine.
I'll be damned. She's actually doing your job for you. Why would she do that?
Because she probably can't kill herself. We're probably the only ones that can kill her.
Huh. So that's her play. Killing herself?
That's why we can't cut her out. Because if we were to cut her neck, that would kill her.
She isn't dead yet. Finally, you hear a snap. Her eye twitches.
Ugh.
There's an uneasy silence. She remains motionless for a long moment, her twitching eye the only movement in the room, until at last it stops in an unsettling half-wink. Her head twists slowly to the side, flopping to her shoulder, and her neck opens.
Ugh.
The remaining tissue is not enough to hold the weight of her severed head. It stretches and tears until finally it falls to the floor, completely free. It bounces a few times before rolling to a stop at your feet. Oh no, oh no, oh no, what did we do? Can we put it back? Please tell me we can put it back. The princess's eyes stare up at you, dead. Congratulations! You saved the world.
Huh. So I guess that's it. What a way to go. But she is gone, isn't she?
I don't think so.
I hate this. Can we just get out of here now, please?
I think she can only die at our hand. And she can only leave with our willingness.
Of course, the princess is slain and the world is saved. Whenever you're ready, you can proceed to your reward.
Now hold on, she's dead. So what's the rush? What's your angle?
I don't have an angle. I'm just looking forward to putting all this behind us. I'm sure you can understand that.
Look, I'm just not ready to put my guard down. It's best to keep sharp. She wouldn't have done all that without some kind of a reason. She's left us with this dangling thread, and I need to know why.
Oh, the thread's not the only thing that's dangling.
You're just wasting your energy. The danger has passed, and now we can all relax and enjoy your reward.
Take the princess with you.
Ugh, fine. You pick up the princess's severed head, its neck stump still oozing bodily fluids. Then make your way back upstairs to the first floor of the cabin.
Did you see that? I could have sworn she moved.
Her eye definitely twitched.
She didn't. She's dead.
We're pretending. She's pretending that she's dead.
But what if she's not?
Because we didn't give up the game.
Are you listening to yourself? Do I need to explain to you why decapitation is lethal? The door to your bountiful reward is right in front of you. All you have to do is open it.
Let's leave the cabin with her and claim our reward.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom. Only, a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find. Instead, what you find is... Wait, no, that's not right.
Well played.
Free your prisoner.
This is the end of the world, isn't it? I always thought I'd at least have time to explain myself before I had to watch it happen. It's already... over? Is he gone?
But we're still here. Maybe it wasn't the end of the world after all. Maybe it was just the end of his.
Thanks for carrying me up here. I had to take it on faith that you would know what to do. I'm glad I was right to trust you. So, this is the outside. Maybe it's just my lack of body, but it's colder than I expected.
Oh, doop, doop, doop. But you do not get the chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. final.
You're right. Part of me wants the truth, but something stronger is holding me back. Fear.
That's a reflection now. You are nothing at all. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus your gaze and then you see it. A figure, faint and veiled in shadow, just beyond the reflection. Oh, wow. Burb. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
It's the narrator. Oh no. A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. Ooh. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you.
The narrator, yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all, an objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
He's a crow with teeth. Ugh. We only have so many questions we can ask. Oh no. I suppose I probably should make a save here. Are you something like me? If you're not me, then what are you? I'm not gonna waste my time by saying I have so many questions. Does it hurt when pieces of you break off like that? I'm sorry, I don't want to destroy you. Will it help if I look away or stop asking questions? Yeah, no, it's too late for that. Every time I ask you something, it's like a piece of you breaks. Are you a part of me or are you something else? That's a good one to ask. I met you many times. Have you been the same you all along? Obviously, we weren't supposed to see all this. You know, where are we? And destroy the mirror. Yeah, are you a part of me or are you something else?
No, I'm not a part of you. But that's all a matter of perspective, isn't it? From one vantage point, I must seem wholly foreign, but from another, well, all the versions of me that have existed have collectively heard your every thought and driven your every action. If that isn't being part of you, then what is?
If you're not me, then what are you?
I am an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you, after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
Others like you. You said something like that before. Has every narrator really been different?
Of course. That is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon, and then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
Do you have anything to say for yourself, for all this hubris?
I do. The people out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that.
After everything you've done to us, do you think anyone deserves to live?
Nobody alive has done anything to you. I'm all gone. But if you and the princess want to smite the rest of them for the crimes of a dead man, if you really want to be that petty, there isn't much I can do to stop you.
Wait, there's so many more questions. And we only have, like, what, 4 more? You know about the looping. So many times I've met you, you've denied it as a possibility. Why did you lie? If you made me, then what am I? What is the princess? Did you make her too? People out there beyond the walls of the construct, do they know about this? Do they know what you want me to do to them? And what is my true identity?
Of course not. The only way this construct could function was if nobody knew what it was doing. But the bones of the universe are old.
We have 5 questions.
It's on the cusp of its dying breath, and the people out there are consumed with thoughts of oblivion. When the patterns are wiped from the sand, when the board is reset, who will remember them? All I've done is give them a chance to live outside of the shadow of the end.
Yeah, why did you deny the looping?
Perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. Maybe they were just in denial. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant. And for all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them are right and which of them are wrong, really? Except for me, I can tell you for a fact that I'm right. Soon I'll be gone entirely, and you'll be left alone with your final choice. So allow me to make my final request. The princess contains death itself within her, but I wove you into being with all the power you need to destroy her forever. Do it. Slay her, and rid the world of death and suffering.
Oh. So she isn't just... she'll end the world. She's literally just causing... like, she is the idea of death, or the ability of death. He's trying to make it so people don't get hurt by being able to die. Yeah, why is he suddenly so open? Yeah, I want to know what my true identity is. I want to know what the... we know what the princess is, he just told us. She's... apparently, she contains death itself within her. So we have an idea, at least.
You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death.
Shit. Death of the author, run out of questions. So we keep returning back into what we are as the long quiet. I think you're out of time. I'm not going to slay her, and I want you to know that before you die for good. Rest easy, I'm going to destroy her. Lie! Rest easy, I'm going to destroy her. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. I still have to see what she thinks about all of this. Say nothing and watch him end. I'm gonna let him die and feel bad. Or, you know, he's already dead, but what does it matter for him anymore?
Well, there's no reasoning with a god, even one you've woven into existence yourself. I've said my piece, and my time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo, and echoes always fade away.
As the final fragment of glass shatters, you see yourself with newfound clarity. The narrator was right. You are the long quiet, a vast and nascent. Oh gosh, I'm covering. I keep forgetting I'm covering most of the text, but no matter where I move, I'm covering it, so it doesn't matter unless I move myself over there and flip myself. Whatever. We'll shift up a little bit, I guess, for a second, but she's gonna end up talking, and we're gonna be covering it, so whatever. One day, maybe green screen me will exist. and that'll help with some of this, but I don't know. It's gonna be hard to light it at this conditions. Is it nascent? I think it's nascent. It bothers me. There's a Final Fantasy 13 song called that word, Nascent Requiem, which I think is the final boss theme. I don't remember what it means. Is it all-knowing? Let's look it up together. We've seen that one more time in this game. Just coming into an existence and beginning to display signs of future potential. Nascent. Okay. So new and full of potential. It is finally time for you to wake up. All of this is you. Proceed to the cabin one last time. I do find it cool how this is like the forest path. It's just covered in lines. Bring the prisoner's head to her. A clever heart. When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There is nothing for you to find. Well,
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
I'm the lone quiet, but I don't really know what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
Do you know about the echo? Did you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
What happens now?
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echoes spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
There's so many stories we've left unfinished. Can we really just leave? Don't you have a say in all this? Why is this all falling on me? Let's talk this through. I still have so many questions and I need answers before I can make a choice. If I let you out and an entire world ends for good, I can't do that. If you were always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked if all of them would have led to this moment? There has to be another way. This can't come down to me either destroying you or letting you out. I won't do it. Slay the princess. I think it's time for us to leave this place, but I don't know how to leave or where to go. I'm curious, can we really just leave if all the story's unfinished?
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end. Pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
Yeah, don't you have a say in this?
Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we didn't, The winding paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict.
Yeah, what was the point in doing anything?
If you're saying that, it's because you don't yet understand. But we cannot use words alone to grasp at things that words cannot express. And you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
Oh.
To question everything is to deny the truth in front of you. To live alone within the caverns of your mind is to trap yourself in them forever. But you found me, and we chose to trust each other for no reason than the sake of believing in something that wasn't us.
Okay, so she's explaining each path. Okay, hold up. Can I get a recap? Hold on. Okay. To question everything is to deny the truth in front of you. To live alone within the caverns of your mind is to trap yourself in them forever. Yeah, so with the severed head, we chose to question everything. But we still made a choice. We chose to trust each other for no reason than the sake of believing in something that wasn't us. Because we knew that the narrator wasn't us, and we chose to just do whatever is the opposite of what he wanted.
Shared skepticism blossomed into freedom, but we needed to walk a path together to bloom. Would you stop our journey now that you've seen its beginning? What of those in the worlds beyond? Would you erase their paths to stop them from going astray?
Oh, this is interesting. We can address this vessel's statement directly. Appeal to your shared humanity. You speak about life and death and change and stagnation, but that isn't what any of this has been about. Reject her authority. You've done nothing but lecture me since the minute I got here. Argue your independence. You act as though the world can't exist without you, but I've existed without you. Reject her perspective. I won't engage with an argument that favors death and suffering. Interesting. Some of these other ones sound more like rejecting the eye. Like, part of this is arguing about whether we should be separate people or together. I'm torn between these two. You speak about life and death and change and stagnation, but that isn't what any of this has been about. I feel like that's not necessarily true. This has all been about life and death, whether you kill the princess or you want her to live, and whether we stay stubborn in our ways or we decide to change and do something different. That's always been the struggle of like, will you believe me or won't you believe me? Like, I did something wrong. Will you change or are you just gonna be against me for this entire path? So, what does addressing it directly mean? Okay. The path is just a metaphor. I want to protect them. I don't want to keep anyone still. What does the path matter if it always ends? So, like, is she challenging, like, she's presenting a perspective. Are we supposed to challenge her? Like, I'm not disagreeing. I guess we're supposed to explain why we did what we did on the path. I'm a little confused. Because this is almost, like we said, like, what was the point in all of this? And she's saying, you know, would you stop our journey now and not join with me? And thus, without the prospect of death and such, are you going to cause everybody's growth and potential to stagnate? I mean, I don't want to keep anyone still. I don't care about this one, because that's just life, you know?
Nor should you, nor should I. Our purpose is to be and to experience, and their purpose is the same. A web of nerves, lain upon a web of nerves, lain upon a web of nerves. The shade of a beautiful beginning we can never return to. Where did you end and I began? When you felt what it was to be me, we held on to each other and pierced the veil of truth. Will you abandon that curiosity now that we are no longer joined in physicality?
Okay. Okay, yeah, so this is literally a fight. There's no need for us to keep fighting. I'll leave with you. I just don't know how. Curiosity comes second to doing the right thing. I still want to know what's out there. I miss what it'll be together. I do want to know what's out there. I'm curious.
Then leave with me, and we will see it all together.
Like, I'm not saying I'm not gonna leave with her. I was just wondering what the point of everything was. I'm not saying, hey, what was the point? I might as well just kill you here now. I mean, I guess.
If you need more time to open your eyes, then I will give you all the time in the world.
A trick behind your back and a trick behind mine. We dance, revolving and revolving around each other, but forever stuck in place. We both move and yet we both don't, for each of us watches the other instead of ourselves. But forever is not forever. I move and you react and both of us break the other. But broken is only a moment in time. To change is to hold the potential to rise above. Would you limit yourself to what you are now? Or would you like to see what you might become tomorrow?
If there are no endings, there are no limits. Yeah, that's not. But you betrayed me. What potential was left for either of us to rise above?
You mire yourself in an ending that did not end. Lift your gaze beyond moments and towards the infinite depth of reality.
Your lover I tried to stake into your body, and another, and another, and another. Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go?
I just realized. I mean, the other one was from our perspective, but this one's from hers.
Love melted into skepticism, and you pulled back layer after layer after layer, until all you were left with was the knowledge that you did not know me. You sought the truth then. Will you hide from it, now that it is within your grasp?
My thoughts alone were enough to reduce you into nothing. mean, that sounds like... Like, I'm wondering what the point of this fight is, in a sense. Like, we're showing her our perspective, like, we're fighting, and I don't know why the fight exactly started. Let me check. Hold on. So what did I say? Originally. If you were always going to become this, then what was the point of me doing anything? Did it even matter what roads I walked if all of them would have led this moment? You're saying that's because you don't understand. We cannot use words alone to grasp things words cannot express, and you cannot rationalize with logic that which defies it. Yeah, in this case, my thoughts alone were enough to reduce you into nothing. Yeah, because we just kept asking her, well, what do you really want? Because we didn't understand her. My questioning of that was enough to just reduce her until she broke. I'm curious. I've no desire to hide, but the truth can be made better. If destroying you is what it takes, so be it. I don't want to hide from the truth. Yeah, what the heck?
You speak of me as if I am a ghost, but I am right in front of you.
A boundless torrent of blades cut you from boundless angles. You are a body. You are gory ribbons. You are a body again, and you feel all of it. On it goes until your bodies are not your thoughts, are not you. Alive, dead, then alive and dead, all at once.
You learned to put yourself away, and in your stillness you rose above me. You died countless steely deaths, and you lived countless short lives, and yet it is all so far behind you. I pushed you to a greatness you never would have reached without me.
I did rise far above you, and I'm still far above you still. I will destroy you now as I destroyed you then. Yeah, these are getting, like, combative. If you hadn't snatched that body away, we could have killed each other. We were self-destructive. It felt so good to finally win, even if it was going to cost me my life. Even if the journey was agony, the end gave me the struggle meaning. Yeah, we were self-destructive. Like, she literally destroyed herself. And so did we in order to end it.
Were we self-destructive, or did the beauty of our dance reach beyond the shadow of death? It was lethality that made us what we were. That cold fire has left your eyes. Are you finally willing to listen?
As the clash between you abates, you begin to shake, your will rapidly dissolving.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
It's easy to believe in the things you believe in when you get to sit above it all. What do you think happens if we leave here? I never wanted to fight you, but how do we leave? Yeah, I didn't want to fight you. I don't know what the answer is, but there has to be something else. It can't be this. I won't kill you, but I won't let you free. You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. If you think you can change me, then I must be able to change you.
What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Ah! voice of a hero! The one who's been with us all along. Ooh, bravo. Hey, Jessica. Yeah. So I wasn't gonna challenge her originally, and then she just wanted to fight. Just say, come on, let's go. And I don't disagree with some of her perspectives, but then she just goes, yeah, whatever. Let's just go be free together. I don't want to kill her, I just want to... I just want to convince her that she isn't, like, the god of all things and that she's right about everything. Oh yeah, you have no idea how good it is to hear you. I'm gonna save just in case, but we've been sticking with it. It just makes you feel comfortable saving.
It's good to be here.
Hey!
She's too many things all at once out here. If you want to get through to her, you need some way to get through all of that divine confidence.
Maybe divine arrogance.
There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Then let's go. And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you need me to describe things?
Is it just you and me? Did anyone else make it to the cabin?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
Is the narrator really gone?
Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated.
Yeah, good riddance.
Yeah, he really put us through hell, didn't he?
If the offer still stands, could you describe the cabin for me? For old time's sake?
Yeah, of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows. There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it.
Yeah, looks like there's a bunch of hands, hers, outside of there.
And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade.
Yeah. I don't like the idea of taking the blade because that already insinuates that we're trying to kill her. But this is more self-defense.
That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not.
It hasn't always been bad to take the blade.
The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
Have you figured out what you want to do yet, or are you going to keep trying to find a center that doesn't exist?
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us.
That is true. She was like this because we took the blade down the first time. I wonder if that changes if you didn't have the blade the first time.
And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are, knife in hand. It really brings me back. Have you given up on talking? Have you finally decided to kill me? You'll have all of eternity to yourself after this. Why don't we chat a little before I go?
I don't think I want to be a god. Are you the same as you are out there?
No. I feel like I'm myself again.
I don't want to hurt anyone. There has to be a way out of this. What are we going to do? I don't want to have to slay you, but I don't know what the other options are. Sorry. Slayer. I don't want to hurt anybody. There has to be a way out of this.
Well, I don't want to be at the end of that knife, so how about we figure something out? What if we tried doing this forever? I can do whatever you think I can, right? So, make me put it all back. Make me fix the Echo's construct and make me wipe our memories of everything that's happened. Make me send us back to the beginning, before we woke up. Before either of us saw the truth.
Can she really do that? Are you sure that's what you want?
Not really. Would resetting it do anything to help them, the people out there? If you continue to exist, don't they continue to die and suffer? I'm not so worried about that, because I'm on board with the idea that they need to have an end in order to grow, to achieve it, because otherwise they'll stagnate and not ever accomplish anything. It's the idea about people suffering. And I'm not, like, there has to be some suffering, but there has to be a balance as well. I don't want to forget you. We're going to find ourselves back here eventually. If we're talking about this right now, how do we know we haven't done this before? This isn't fair. I want to be here with you. I don't want to be alone again. Is there any other way? I take it all back. I don't want this, and I don't want to kill you. Is it too late to go back to being a god? Okay, then let's do it. Agree to her plan. I can't do that. Yeah, how do we know we haven't done this before?
I don't think that's something we'll ever get to know. But odds are we've probably done it before.
I don't want to forget you.
That's sweet. But unless you do, the whole world ends, right? Not like I care. But it seems important to you.
Because the problem is when she's released, everything ends. It's not like people are just going to die naturally. They're just all going to die at once, I suppose. How do you know that things won't end worse? What if when I make my way back here, I'm different and I hurt you? What if I kill you? What if I let you bring about the end of everything?
Who cares? We've hurt each other plenty and I still like you. And if you're hesitating, then you must still like me, too.
Oh. We'd have to decide to do this every single time forever. Eventually something is going to be different. What if we change our minds? Is there anything else?
You brought that knife down here for a reason. Either you use it to kill me, or I use it to put things back.
I didn't want to bring it. The hero told me to bring it to give us options. I want to be here with you, and I don't want to be alone again.
Neither do I. But we won't be alone for long. I'll be right here, waiting for you.
Yeah, is resetting it going to help anybody?
Fixing that is on you, not me. If you want me to help them, you'll have to make me help them.
Okay. So right now she doesn't want to help them. she'd just be okay with letting them all die because she doesn't care what happens to the world. So we would have to convince her through, I guess, picking different routes to convince her to care about the outside world. Because I assume the routes that we pick, because I think we're allowed to destroy the vessels if we, like, pick the wrong one. And then we can, like, get another chance to get her, like, a new vessel. I don't know what that means, Jessica. Am I just supposed to have the right answers to her arguments? But that seemed more like arguing to kill her, which really confused me.
Well, if we change our minds, we change our minds. What matters is that we'll always have a choice. This is just the one we're making now. And if we do, nothing is stopping us from making the same choice. We could just keep doing this forever.
Is it too late to go back to being a god? The problem is when she's free, she's okay with just letting the end of the world happen. I gotta go with her plan. Because I don't want to rid the world of death forever. Like the concept of death. Alright, let's do it. I believe in us.
Okay, if this is your choice, then I have your back. I guess I'll see you on the other side. She takes the blade from our hand, a fondness in her gaze.
Aww. I love you.
Oh, I love you too.
The hero and the princess.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
I'm surprised we didn't get an achievement for that.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
I actually can't even skip. That's interesting. Yeah, keep going. I wonder if she's going to remember. There we are. Never mind. Well, thank you, Jessica. Yeah, just keep in mind, I know you're trying to be helpful and all. Most of the questions I have are rhetorical. And even saying little things like that, like saying, oh, just keep going, it does kind of take away from the impact. It makes me feel like I'm being like backseated. Like, I know you're just trying to like give me like a little tip kind of thing. But any kind of bits, unless I ask for like a direct hint. Yeah, I know you don't mean it. That's just, I tend to get like that when anybody tells me like what to do or hints at something, it's just like a spoiler in my mind, and that makes me enjoy it less because I feel like I didn't like earn the experience of being surprised by something because I was basically told that it was going to happen. That's one of those things. I know you don't mean it though. You're just trying to, you know, encourage me along. Now we're gonna click through these because we have already shown the credits before. I'll say, finish the game. The good ending doesn't count. Ooh, little bloop. Oh, sorry. Now that you finished the full story for the first time, you've also unlocked the gallery. You can access it from the main and in-game menus under the Memories tab, and it's full of clues that will help you find undiscovered vessels and interactions. Happy hunting. I missed the first sentence. Dang it. Something I do like about this game, it's one of those games that you start off, and when you don't know anything, you think, okay, well, this has to be about, you know, you enslaying the princess, and there has to be like a good ending somewhere in here where you figure out who's the hero and who's the villain and all that. And obviously, it's going to be more complex than that, but you don't know where it's going to go. In this case, we aren't like all the same person. We're two different gods. One, which is the vast nothingness of, I guess, the universe. The long quiet. And the other one is the goddess who embodies death. Or contains death within her. And so we know, like, in a sense, it lessens the blow. Because we know that killing the princess or not isn't really hurting her. Because we're stuck in some sort of loop thing. We're stuck in some sort of spatial time loop where we know that she isn't really like going to be suffering. Like we're both like suffering and hurting each other, but we also know in the end when we remember who we are, that we love each other. But we have differing perspectives, so we keep going on this loop. We can continue. Look at the memories. Okay, so we have the hero and the princess. Look at all these hidden scenes. You're on a path in the woods. At the end of the path is a cabin, and in the basement of that cabin is a princess. We haven't found the tower, wherever the tower is. We found the damsel. That was the one who stabbed us. Find the nightmare, the prisoner, the specter, the razor, the witch, the beast, the adversary, the stranger. I thought you said she wasn't armed. Get her to break her own chains. Always leave a means of easy egress. You did it! Everything will be so easy if you just did exactly as I say as quickly as you can. I love just like the clip art look of this ending. It's great. Our clip art, like the paint app look. Okay, so these are all different. Well, it says it's for the hero and the princess. So these are all based on choices that we're making within this first chapter. I assume there's going to be an ending if we go down there, but then we talk to her first, and then we try to approach her and kill her. That's gonna give us one, probably, maybe the adversary. So we have 7 other ones we need to find still here. Damn both of you to an incomplete existence. I assume this one is if we somehow get to an ending where I guess the narrator wins. We're incomplete, we don't figure out who we are, and she doesn't ever assemble into a complete person either. I wonder how we get there. We have the end of everything. Obviously, we have a lot more. We have 2 different ones where we find our freedom as gods forever. 2 different finish the games ones. Okay, so those are just part of it. So these must be part of the same ending. I'm guessing. If we have 2 different ones. Back to where it all started. Meet her face to face. The end is never the end is never the end. Return to your beginning and slay her once and for all. Leave with her at the end of everything. Go back to where it all started. You were always a bit of a contrarian, weren't you? So, I guess that's saying, like, let's leave together, and then you just stab her anyway? We don't think there's a way for us to leave, but maybe there doesn't have to be an ending. We want whatever might be on the other side of this door, something new that we'll experience together. Return to your strange beginning and slay her once and for all. The fruits of your labor, a world free from death. Destroy her without any outside help. Oh, interesting. There's a couple of those. Destroy her without any outside help and then find your new world. Defeat her without any outside help and then offer her grace. So that must be in the arguments. You defeat her in the arguments and then she changes her mind. The ultimate ending. For me, anyway. I like all these chibi stickers, though. Gosh, because for, like, oh my gosh. Which one was the Spectre? I'm trying to remember. We know the razor, that's the one where she stabbed us too. Okay, the razor was the one where we checked for a pulse. It says we already found the Spectre. So I'm wondering if that's the one where we just stabbed her clean and that's it? Because we don't have any scenes of the Spectre. Yeah, the remains of violence free from hesitation. We killed her, and yet she's still there. Yeah, okay. The reason we don't have this is because when we looped back around after killing ourselves in the end cabin, we decided to just try to leave, and then we found the empty vessel of the princess out there. We didn't actually go back to find her again and see what happened to her. Yeah, so we don't have anything of her. We've never actually seen her. Meet your equal in combat. I assume that's the adversary. Die pathetically to an abrasive prisoner. Lock your fears away. That's the beast, I assume. No, that's the beast. I don't know what this one is. The razor. To look too closely is to redraw the lines. I know we're missing a lot of her because we asked her a ton of questions. And then she got bored. But her hands were behind her back! That's why I didn't approach her. Because you would have walked up to her and I guess she would have just stabbed you straight up. She said she wasn't armed, so what's the harm in getting a little closer? So you disarmed her a little bit. And then, uh-oh. Call an ambulance, but not for me. Oh. Ooh. Make her blush. Ooh. Is that actually succeeding on flirting with her? Empty your mind, be formless, shapeless like water. Oh, okay. This isn't even my final form. Okay, so we emptied our mind, but we didn't actually beat her. We just met a mutual end. We killed each other. But this one, I assume we beat her. Piercing heart beating free. Ah, so this one's a heart in a cage of iron. This one is beating free. So I guess somehow we destroy the blades or we defeat her? Then we saw through her eyes at the end of everything. I like our little wingtips. Obviously, we got Vord over there. Free her to let her go in the cabin. Fight her to the death. I assume that's if we decided to wait until she pounced and then slash her. What great big eyes you have. Dodge until you can dodge no longer. That hurt? Are you just the cornered animal you seem to be, or could you be a rival? Didn't mean to do that. I still need to devour you, and it doesn't count if you're dead. You've been here before. Cunning heart. See through her eyes at the end of everything. Yeah, because we didn't successfully get through this one, like give it to the vessel. We defeated the beast. And then when we came back, she was something else. We came back and she was the wild. And we have a lot of other ones about being separate from her. Gosh, we have so many, even the ones we've already done. We have at least like another route or two for every one of them. You can't know someone you've never met. We have a lot of them for the witch. Holy. We did not do enough. Fighting dirty, making peace offerings. The witch is cool. I like her little, her half animal kind of form. You can go violent with her. Receive vital evidence of the princess's wrongdoings. What? Locking ourselves in there together? That's actually a thing too. Obviously, we missed a lot with the damsel. Because there was that whole extra bit where we could have gone. Where we left with her. Give her everything she didn't know she wanted. A gentle heart. A pliable heart. Oh my gosh. You need more space. A narrow cave is no place to fight, and it's no place to stay forever. Angels and demons are cut from the same cloth, and it's best not to deny a proud being. This one's like a... I don't know, like a kettle? A pot? Something? Turtle? One might resist the divine, but it's very hard to kill a god. There's no shame in failing. Okay, so this one... I mean, it's not the end of everything. Sometimes when you cut something out of you, a piece of you leaves with it. Kill your worst dreams or to or be killed by the ghost of your past. Better to linger with your nightmares than to let them run wild. There are other ways to die than nurture than to let it swallow you whole. Sometimes the only way to break a vicious cycle is to put your heart on the line. When you've seen the worst sights of the prison of the world can offer, you can always choose to walk away empty-handed. There are many reasons spirits may linger: the flames of passion, the flood of words left unspoken. That one just looks like a little ghost sheet. You don't need to see the world for your happy ending. That's not that happy ending, though. Gosh, I don't even know where to begin. There's so much. There's so much left. I wonder how many of these routes were in the original version of the game and how much was added in the Pristine cut. Or how much depth some of these extra ones have. Like, are these... Because they're not these specific ones from the first act anyway. But a lot of these are probably second and third acts. I assume these are all the second acts, and these are all the third acts. So this is, yeah, the beginning and endings. These are all, it says these are all vessels. So these are all of them that we can potentially get. There's so much. Well, as much as I would like to continue, I can't because it's almost 4 in the morning. I gotta go to sleep because I gotta go to work in the morning. So, thank you all for watching. I'll get about 6 or so hours of sleep, I suppose. And I'll see you guys next time, where I guess we're gonna continue slaying the princess. We probably do need to slay her a bit more, because every option we get more endings and stuff a lot, which is pretty cool. Yeah. Thank you all for being here. And I will see you next time. No promises as to when. Could end up being way later in the week, or maybe if I have time during the week. I'm not sure.